rest in peace, man, to Kobe Bryant. Black Mamba, Kobe Bean Bryant, so many other nicknames, and just it's crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Like it's a week afterwards, and
You still get goosebumps.
it's
like,
still like
It doesn't feel real.
yeah, real talk.
this is crazy. Like this, we was all alive when Michael Jackson died, and like I'm pretty sure we all kind of felt away when that happened. But this one was like, hold the hell up.
Yeah, it was a surprise, and I don't even want to get into that part of like how it leaked and how it all came out. But you know, when I first saw it, I didn't think it was real.
Yeah, me either.
Now, I was at my little brother's
did.
basketball
Yeah.
game.
Nobody thought it was real.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was at my little brother's basketball game, and a white kid walks into the gym like Kobe just died. I'm like,
Oh yeah, because I had just called him. It was like, did Kobe just die? Like, nah.
yeah.
it's like, what the fuck you talking about? Kobe ain't dead.
Right. I saw some TMZ article. Like, what? Nah, let's wait for another source.
I check my phone. It's on ESPN. I'm like, shit. You know, in the NBA, the greatest source in the NBA is Adrian Wojnarowski or whatever however you say his last name.
Woj.
Once he put it out there, I was like, oh shit, it's real.
Yeah. Once Woj says it's a done deal. It happened.
Yeah,
I think what people don't understand, like the younger kids and the older generation, is we were too young to really absorb Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
And Michael Jackson was here, predated us before we were here. But our generation, we grew up with Kobe.
Yeah.
Like when he got
Literally.
to the league at 18 to when he retired, it was like, you know, he gave us moments. There were rivalries, you know, him versus T-Mac and AI, and those were like great. Those were like
I
great
mean, we got to
moments.
remember that Kobe is a part of probably the best NBA draft in history,
Mm-hmm.
and he
That's
wasn't
true.
even a top 10 pick.
Real talk.
Like he almost made it out the lottery without getting picked. And honestly, if it wasn't for the trade that took place, he probably wouldn't have got picked in the first round.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's just talk about like some of the one of your favorite Kobe moments, if you have one, or based off of all the stories that we've heard of him. What stuck with you the most?
I ain't gonna lie. I like his puppets.
His puppets.
Yeah.
His production after he
Ah,
Yeah.
true. He did win an Oscar for his
Them joints was
anime.
nice.
Yeah.
Of course, his game was always on point for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't know much back. This is kind of like back when I was collecting shoes or whatever. But I didn't really like pay attention to it. But I think like one of the first pair of shoes that I ever like cop was a pair of Crazy Eights.
Those are the classics. I love those shoes.
Yeah. For me, I don't even know if I have a Kobe moment, but I can honestly say that his after basketball career
Yeah.
I'm gonna get this baby some
was
tissues.
shut the fuck up. Was really fire. Like Kobe had the his thing on ESPN Plus where he was like breaking down game, which honestly I appreciate it more because it's like, all right, I don't really play basketball like that no more because I don't know how Kobe played it that long because my knees don't work like that. But I'm not gonna go into this. But
Hey yo, it's okay to cry, yo.
I should have threw it in the trash.
Real shit.
Honestly, I don't really have a favorite Kobe moment. I think, actually, no, my favorite Kobe moment is the amount of respect that he pays to AI. It was an interview he did where he was like, if Allen Iverson was my height, he would have been the best player to ever play. And Allen Iverson is my favorite player ever. So if he can respect the man that he really tortured, then yeah, I gotta love Kobe.
Yeah, I respect that. Dara?
I agree with Dre. It's not really so much like a moment. I would say I loved how he brought back the Lakers Boston Celtics rivalry in his battles against Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Ray Allen. That big three at that time. That was true greatness, and I was rooting against him. He was literally
2010.
I like when I found out about his death, like I was at the gym and I was fighting tears because sometimes like when you look back at this person, like you realize like, wow, like he was one of my favorite players to root against.
Yeah.
Like, he really was. Like, I would want T-Mac to beat him in a matchup. I would want Allen Iverson to beat him in a matchup. And I wanted the Celtics to win every time that they went face-to-face. And I realized something. It was like almost like near the end of his career, I started to have like a greater love for him because his mentality. Like, when he talks about that Mamba mentality, you would hear stories about him like folktales. Like, I think Jason Williams had a story about him when he went to go play the Bulls. Jason Williams was trying to actually get some extra work in before their game, and Kobe was already at the gym working on his game right before the game, working out the same drill consistently. He already knew the exact, like, what he wanted to work on, what he wanted to perfect. And Jason said he considered himself a hard worker. He left there. He came there after Kobe, and he left there before Kobe. Yep. And he had it in his head that Kobe wasn't going to have enough energy for the game because he stayed there and worked on his craft for so long. He ended up killing him that night. Yeah. And that's that Mamba mentality. He whenever he talked about working on his craft, he never looked at it as work. He loved the game of basketball, so he just went at it.
Yeah, and I 100% agree with that. That's one thing I took away from Kobe is really that Mamba mentality, just being determined in what you're pursuing, and for him to be able to sacrifice, those years with his family, and then to finally be retired, and spending time with his family, it's just heartbreaking. But at the same time, I see it as he passed away doing something with what he loves to do with the person that he loves. So I just peace and blessings, and to take away those good qualities of Kobe that we've seen and that we can take away from and that we hear people talking about every day now.
Mm-hmm. And just to touch on one other point, the one thing that I love about social media is that you can touch so many people, and that you're able to receive a message from so many people. Like, whenever I watch any type of sports coverage, I've never seen so many grown men cry over one person who touched their life so much. Yeah. It's just like you saw Shannon Sharp, you saw Skip, you would see
the people that Kobe didn't even get along with.
Yeah, it was really good to see Shaq's.
His biggest rivals like Shaq, Tim Duncan was crying on the bench. Yeah. Tyson Chandler was crying on the bench.
It was really powerful to see how many NBA players, young and old, were really just distraught, and the memories that they shared with Kobe was just like, outside of basketball, Kobe was really just that genuine family man. It's crazy.
He was a mentor to so many of the people in the league right now. Snoop Dogg said it best. He's your favorite player's favorite player.
Yeah, and the best thing about that too is like, during that time when he was actually, mentoring and, providing his knowledge, it wasn't really big on the media. It was just him doing that.
He was just reaching out.
Yeah. We didn't know about that until now. So just to hear those type of stories is love.
And I have to say something, man. And I'm not going to respect the guy. I'm not going to give him the acknowledgement of saying his name. But then I was getting to the point whereas it's one of the things I love about social media, but there's also one of the things I hate about social media. We have to learn how to take things seriously. When a legend like Kobe Bryant dies, when you have so-called hack comedians making jokes and insults about somebody, that's trash. Like, you are a trash individual, and I won't even give you the respect of saying your name, but you're a trash individual for that, man.
I will also say, with this situation, and just on my own personal social media feeds, I had to unfollow a couple people. For various reasons, but to really discredit his character outside of all the positive things that he has done, it just really took me back. And the comments were just crazy.
It's crazy.
So I definitely saw like a lot of my. I don't know where I met them, what I do, but I don't want to get into it.
I follow this guy. I think his Instagram is Ryan Davis Comedy, and he posted a video how you could do all these great things. You can have all of these achievements, and you can impact a generation or generations of like athletes and just individuals. And as a black man in America, you know, they'll still bring up stuff that you beat. They'll still bring up like things that you were found not guilty of, as opposed to just purely just celebrating your life.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know, at the, you know, once it's all said and done for us, it's just like, you know, I always say like God bless the dead. Like I'm not going to disrespect somebody after, you know, they're gone and they can't defend themselves. They can't say nothing for themselves. And to see this and all the news report have a mention of, you know, whatever situation he had going on, I'm not going to say it again, but it's to me, I didn't like it at all.
Yeah, I feel that 100%.
Yeah, ain't no Kobe slander coming across my timeline, so
Oh man,
they lucky.
But you know, just to end on this note, because you know y'all getting real teary eyed and stuff. So
yeah, I got a
you know,
positive
like,
note to end on.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, can you be the same beast and a different animal?
What does that even mean?
Does that mean
What the fuck you talking about, Kobe Bryant?
Oh man, shout out to Swan try to lighten it up.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for.
I also saw that we are no longer playing 21 or 33.
We playing 24.
We playing straight up
I'm with
24
Yeah,
and Kobe.
that's it.
Yo, I'm with that
Now,
wave.
I don't know the
all
next
right?
time I'm gonna pick up a basketball,
Real shit.
but
I don't know.
we will be
Last
playing
time I played,
Right.
21, 33, or
Like,
50.
you coach now.
But right, we playing 24. All right, you get that. If you lose, you go back to 8. They gonna be mad. Mama mentality.
that's right.
Look, once I'm over 30, we playing 8. Thank you for watching What's Good Bro podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment below. Also, make sure you check out the rest of our footage on our page.
Yeah, we got some dope content on Instagram as well. You can follow us there at WGB Podcast.
And please don't forget to listen to us on Apple Podcasts as well as Spotify. We come out every other week.
And remember, thank you.
Okay.